Upon the conclusion of a two-day nomination exercise for members of Parliament, the electoral body approved 2,000 candidates who have hit the ground running in a hunt for votes. Interestingly, the number of independent candidates in the race is nearly equal to the combined number of all those nominated under the 17 separate political parties. The electoral body nominated 947 independent candidates to compete for the directly elected parliamentary seats. They are followed from a distant far by the National Resistance Movement, which has fielded candidates for the available 348 slots. The National Unity Platform has 218 candidates, Forum for Democratic Change has 159, and the Democratic Party has 74. The total number of parliamentary seats stands at 519, of which 353 are constituent seats, 146 district woman seats, 10 for the UPDF, and 26 reserved for the special interest groups, of which each of the four categories of the youth, workers, older persons, and persons living with disabilities takes 5. There is a concern that the high number of candidates contesting on the independent tickets could outstrip the number of those in the opposition. The number of independents has increased steadily since the first elections that were conducted in 2006 under the multi-party system that was implemented after the population voted in a referendum to amend the constitution to allow the return of political parties. The first and second elections held in 1996 and 2001 under the National Resistance Movement regime were under no-party system. In 2006, the number of those who were voted on the independent tickets was 40. It increased by 3 in 2011. A significant increase was registered in 2016 as the number bulged to 66, and the growth trend, though slight, continued in 2021 to bring the number to 69. The number of independents in the 11th Parliament is higher than that of National Unity Platform, which is the opposition party with the highest numerical strength, having 57 representatives, followed at a distant far by FDC with 30, Uganda People's Congress with 11, Democratic Party with 9, and People's Progressive Party and Justice Forum have 1 each. Studies show that both the opposition parties and the ruling regime are losing to independents. While the NRM had 72% of the representatives in Parliament, the independents were 11.2% in 2011. The number of independents increased to 15.2% in 2016, and those of NRM had a slight drop to 70.6%. In 2021, NRM held 63.9% and independents 14.3%.
They are more of a threat to the people they represent. Purportedly, you cannot make a case, not even in court, before an independent member of parliament for failure to implement certain things. But you could if that particular person was committed to a political party. You know where to begin when you are accusing him for not performing.
A cocktail of factors is blamed for the increase in the number of persons vying for political offices on the independent tickets, among them the mismanagement of the internal process of identifying party flag bearers, weak systems for appeal, monetization of the process by political parties, which makes it expensive for some to afford, and the lack of a proper ideology.
Honorable Macho is an independent member of Parliament, and he always sits there.
There are some justified cases of independence where the primaries have been marred excessively by the bad practice of political parties. They should not be encouraged very much to dominate the scene. Otherwise, you will get an irresponsible parliament and opposition.
The LC5 chairperson for Wakiso District, Matia Luanga, does not have kind words for political parties.
These are political clubs, and to make matters worse, they are cults belonging to individuals. Even supporters of these institutions are just supporting individuals, but they don't support institutions. And they cannot even describe and define ideologies of these institutions, meaning they are just supporting for the sake of supporting.
Wanika was voted for in the running term of office on the National Unity Platform ticket, which he was denied this time round by the party.
Independent is everywhere, even in the ruling party, they are independents, because so many people are supporting NRM, are standing on NRM tickets because of one reason. In some areas, that once you get an NRM ticket, it is it's a done deal. That's why there was a lot of violence, and it will always increase in NRM primaries.
Suggestions are that the country could have prematurely adopted a multi-party political system in 2006, which is now manifested through the individual merit system.
People have tested the multi-party setting or system, and it just is not working. So maybe this is the point in time when we need to have a more serious debate around what type of governance system should we embrace. Do we start considering the reality that we need to transition back to the individual system, individual merit system that we had before?
The debate about a return to a no-party system is a sticky matter that key opposition leaders have spoken against.
We can't go back. Can you go back to your mother's womb? You, tall man. You can't. That's done.
It can only be continuous growth. But you see, when you strive for it and then you say we are not ready. So now as political parties, we can't even go out there and mobilize people and talk to people.
The ruling regime is blamed, though, to its denial for interfering with the affairs of the opposition political parties, limiting them from achieving their full potential in the democratization process. There is a school of thinking that the situation could be different if they were left to operate freely. Jackson Onyango, NTV.